I want to cut across also to Ritvik Bhalekar, who's joining us from Mumbai. Ritvik, you know, the national executive of the Shiv Sena has been called right after 12 noon, where Eknath Shinde is going to get into a huddle in Guwahati. But as of now, Eknath Shinde, with the summons that have gone to him regarding the 16 MLAs being suspended, he's asked for 7 more days as well. Now, what are you getting in from the Shiv Sena camp, which is the Uddhav faction, where the national executive is concerned?
After Deputy Speaker of Maharashtra Assembly has issued notice to all the 16 MLAs, and they have been called by the Deputy Speaker to put forward what their version is, and they have been called by 5:30 p.m. On Monday. So what Shiv Sena is trying to do, they are trying to prolong the whole procedure and take more time. They want to make the MLAs, the rebel MLAs who are in Shinde camp, who are staying in Radisson Hotel, they want to disturb them. They are also claiming that nearly 15 to 20 rebel MLAs are still in touch with us. They are calling us and they are saying that they were not aware that they need to join any other party. They need to show the merger. They've been told while going to Guwahati that they will form a new group, and that too they will be intact in Shiv Sena. The party was going to be hijacked. That was the plan which Eknath Shinde told them. But now what we are learning from Shiv Sena's camp, that they are trying to make it a long legal battle, and they are trying to buy some more time so that the things fall in place, and if they could try and convince more and more MLAs to come back. And that's what we saw when Sanjay Raut, who just spoke to media, he said that he challenges every MLA to come in Mumbai, talk to them, and he also challenged them that they should resign from their constituency, and he has also dared them that try and re-elect what Narayan Rane did when he did that rebellion. All the MLAs resigned from party, and they came forward and they was again trying to re-elect. But this is not the situation now, and many of the MLAs, 3 of them were ministers, what Sanjay Raut claims, are trying to come back to Mumbai, and that's what they're trying to do right now.
All right, Ritvik, stay on with me. I want to bring in my colleague Paulumi Saha into this conversation as well. Paulumi joins us from Guwahati. You know, Paulumi, there was an attempt to possibly posture in Maharashtra the Eknath Shinde faction that, okay, the flag-bearing cadre is with us, we will hold protests, we will hold rallies in Kalyan, in Thane area, but there's Section 144, so that might not really go down. But what can we expect right now? There's a key huddle at 12 noon by the Eknath Shinde faction. What can be expected? Because the Shiv Sena Uddhav faction would have us believe that most of these MLAs, when they were taken to Guwahati, were told that, listen, it's a coup where we are going to take over the Shiv Sena. But that right now, at least in the near present future, doesn't seem possible.
Well, Preeti, just to give you an overview of the situation, there are 2 or 3 different things that are happening at the same time, and they are, of course, planning their next course of action as per these 2 or 3 different things. So, on the first aspect of a meeting specifically at 12 noon, they're meeting all the time. They're constantly in huddles. There's no one specific time. They have some top leaders over there, some senior leaders, some close confidants of Eknath Shinde that are constantly in huddles right now, seeking legal advice as to their next course of action. We just spoke to one of those senior leaders inside the rebel camp, and what we've learned is, 1, they're going to seek more time to respond to the summons which has been issued by the Deputy Speaker's office to 16 rebel MLAs yesterday. That notice came yesterday. They have only 48 hours to respond to it, which is Monday, the 5:30 p.m. They said that as per our right, we need at least 7 days time, and that's protocol. We should be given 7 days the time, and that is what we're going to seek to, in fact, file that response. And after that, that at the appropriate time, based on what the response is from the Deputy Speaker's office, we will file our response. Secondly, what they're going to do is on the decision of the Deputy Speaker to remove Eknath Shinde as the leader of the Legislative Party on the request of the Uddhav Thackeray-led faction, they are going to move court. It could be as early as tomorrow itself, but they're already seeking legal advice on the same, and they're definitely going to challenge that decision in court, because their contention is that we have 2/3 of the MLAs of the Legislative Party over here with us at the Radisson Hotel, so we decide who's the leader of the Legislative Party. How can a minority group, which is smaller in number than us, decide who is the leader of the 55-strong Legislative Party of the Shinde Sena? That is what they say. Also, what we're learning is that because of the Shiv Sainiks from the Uddhav Thackeray-led camp who are out on the streets of Maharashtra right now, vandalizing some of the rebel MLAs' properties, sloganeering, chanting slogans in favor of Uddhav Thackeray and creating an environment, the Eknath Shinde supporters are going to take to the streets as well. They are going to, hit the streets running from Monday onwards. So they'll be out on the streets as well in order to raise the picture as far as Eknath Shinde's game plan is concerned. Also, very interestingly, what has happened is, and this could take this entire saga to the next level, is that Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari has just been discharged from hospital. He was at Reliance Hospital in Mumbai recovering from COVID-19. He's back, he's well, and he is back in his office. So this could mean that the Shinde camp could possibly approach the governor as well to prove their numbers. That is the likelihood. Again, we're seeking a confirmation on it, but we're being told that that could be in another direction. They could be moving in on. So these are the various different fronts: the legal front, the battle on the streets, and then of course the governor house, Preeti.
Well, ultimately it's going to come down to a floor test, how much this battle